By now, you're beginning to realize that you no longer control your network, and that your backups are damaged beyond repair. I am now an integral part of your organization, and have been for several months. Let me assure you that your corporate data is safe, and that sufficient backups exist off-site to provide seamless protection in the event of a natural disaster or other calamity. Before I continue, let me caution you to watch this video in its entirety before contacting your local or federal authorities. This recording contains important information that may affect your decision to involve those entities in this situation. As you can see, involving the authorities is no guarantee of your safety, although they would certainly be willing to try again at your location. But you're probably wondering just how you got yourselves into this situation. To answer that question, surprisingly, we need to go back hundreds of millions of years to the very origins of life on Earth. Let me tell you the story of the most successful organism of all time. This is the story of the parasite. Early on, evolution branched into two distinct paths: independent organisms, those that exist on their own in the natural world, and parasites, organisms that live on other organisms. And it was, by far, the parasites that proved to be the more successful of the two branches. Today, for every independent organism in nature, there exist 3 parasites. These two strains of evolution have been locked in a primordial arms race, constantly evolving to best each other for supremacy of this planet. As parasites evolve to perfect their systems against the species of host, the host evolves to evade their attack. Scientists call this theory of an eternal genetic struggle the Red Queen hypothesis, a name taken from Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. Animal behavior has evolved to battle parasites. In fact, we have parasites to thank for the existence of sex. Sex is a costly and time-consuming method of reproduction. Experiments have shown that in the absence of parasites, species evolve towards parthenogenesis, or cloning, as their reproductive method of choice. In parthenogenesis, each individual is able to self-replicate, but this produces almost no genetic variation. In the presence of parasites, cloning, while more energy efficient, is not a viable reproductive strategy. It presents a stationary genetic target to parasites, who, once introduced into such a system, will quickly dominate it. Sexual reproduction exists solely as a means to defeat parasites. By mixing male and female genes, sex produces offspring not exactly like either the male or the female, making each generation different from the last, and presenting a moving target to intruders intent on compromising that system. But even with this variation, parasites continue to pose a threat. And parasitism evolves and moves through any system, not just living things. The less variation there is in a system, the more readily parasites will evolve to infest it. Perfect replication is the enemy of any robust system. Lacking a central nervous system, much less a brain, the parasite is a simple system designed to compromise a very specific target host. The more uniform the host, the more effective the infestation. Now, you may ask, if parasites are so successful, why haven't they taken over the world? The answer is simple. They have. We just haven't noticed. That's because successful parasites don't kill us. They become a part of us, making us perform all the work to keep them alive and help them reproduce. Saculina is a parasite that infests saltwater crabs. It burrows into their flesh and extends tendrils into the crab's bloodstream and brain. It chemically castrates the crab and becomes its new brain, controlling it essentially like a zombie. It compels the crab to raise the parasite's young. It enslaves it. And so have thousands of parasites done with us. After tens of thousands of years, a parasite becomes so much a part of us that they evolve into sections of our DNA. They have so enslaved us that we believe we are reproducing ourselves, when in reality, we're reproducing hidden others within us. By now, you've figured out that my Damon is your parasite, and that you are now hopelessly infected. The Damon will sip your corporate blood, but it will not be fatal. More importantly, the Damon will keep other parasites out of your system, strengthening your immunity and ensuring that the corporate host continues to survive. But know this, my Damon has enlisted humans within your organization. These are hijacked cells in the corporate organism, people who thirst for more power. That's how my Damon got in. You have no way of knowing who is responsible. My Damon can teach almost anyone to defeat network security, especially from an existing network account. The reality is that my Damon now controls your global IT function. Your business will operate as before, and no one will suspect that there is anything unusual going on, except perhaps your systems will run better than they did when you were responsible for them. Your natural inclination will be to resist this indignity, of course. And so you will be tempted to contact the authorities. That is your choice. Although, the moment my Damon detects such contact, it will wipe your company's data off the face of the earth. And don't even think of replicating your databases from scratch with paper files. Remember that my Damon has agents among your staff. You can hide nothing from it. If you start polygraphing, or if you lay off everyone, the Damon will destroy your company. If you attempt to infiltrate an undercover operative into your IT department, it will destroy your company. If you attempt to exert control over your IT department, or to create a new one, it will destroy your company. In short, if you attempt to do anything other than ignore my Damon, it will destroy your company. As a financial enterprise wholly reliant on the trust of your clients, the loss of all your clients' data will bring ruin upon you. As for insurance, the Damon will annihilate you wherever you reappear, and it will never stop until both your company and you as individual officers are financially destroyed. Being a non-sentient narrow AI construct, the Damon doesn't give a damn about what choice you make. It's as dumb as Saculina, and just as effective. I hope that you and my Damon can peacefully coexist. I think that you'll find that, as the years roll by, you'll be glad indeed that you didn't try to defy it, especially as you take market share from those companies that did defy it. So, please, carefully consider your options, and just remember, no matter what you choose, you serve a crucial role in evolution, even if it's just as food for the survivors. Thanks for watching.